Having a diverse student population at Delaware State University is important, and with a very special program, the amount of Dreamers has increased from 34 to 150 in only 4 years. With the uncertainty of DACA, Dreamers from across the country, including Delaware, made their way to D.C. In partnership with SunPower, these 3 acres of solar panels are now powering WBOC. Behind this door, the man leading the groundbreaking research not only has a professional commitment, but also a personal drive to end this deadly disease. After students at Delaware State University received a text of a possible shooting on campus, university police sent out an active shooter alert. El día de hoy, cientos de Dreamers vinieron a Washington, D.C., incluyendo 30 Dreamers de Delaware State University. Several have donated shirts, jackets, hats, as well as canned food to those in need in Delmarva. In less than 5 months, Rosie and Matt have sold close to 1,000 nautical miles. President Trump is back in Washington after visiting 2 cities devastated by the mass shootings. Yesterday, the president met with victims, families, survivors, and first responders in both Dayton and El Paso. Hurricane season is still in effect, and along with the natural worries of home and business damage, so comes the worry of farmers. It's barely the break of dawn, but for these students, today marks a day that could impact them for the rest of their lives.
DACA means the ability to have freedom in this country.
Carlos Cabrera Blanco came to the U.S. from Mexico when he was only 5 years old, and is just one of 30 Dreamers from Delaware State University who traveled to Washington, D.C. to defend DACA. While DACA does not provide a permanent status, it does allow recipients a work permit and so much more.
At least being able to have a driver's license and being able to go across the country, helping those around us, being able to study here.
But their fight is also so much more than that. If DACA is ruled unconstitutional, Carlos and nearly 1,500 Delaware DACA recipients could be left without protection from deportation.
Me being a Dreamer, it means that our lives are in limbo because we don't know what's going to happen with the DACA program.
DACA student president Shandon Mendez says being in Washington, D.C. today was not just for herself, but for the 700,000 DACA recipients nationwide.
Supporting our community and hoping for the very best of the DACA program.
Kevin Noriega, director of the Dreamer program at DSU, rallied with the students and says he believes Dreamers are a huge asset for the university and the state of Delaware.
They're determined, they're driven, they're resilient, they're diligent, they're good in everything that they do, and they don't deserve anything less but being able to continue to work on their future.
A future that may see more historic days like this one for hundreds of thousands of Dreamers, as the U.S. Supreme Court is not expected to make its decision until June of 2020.
It's a horrible disease.
Delaware State University Associate Professor Dr. Michael Gitchell knows the effects of Alzheimer's all too well as he watched his own mother lose her battle.
She was funny, incredibly intelligent, just sweet, had a great heart for people. Cared for her at home for about 7 years. We got to see her memory robbed from her.
It is for this reason that Gitchell does what he can to fight the debilitating disease. He runs his own lab at Delaware State University, conducting neurodegenerative research, including finding the gene most common in Alzheimer's, ALS, and dementia patients. Gitchell says his drive is personal.
I have a personal commitment to the Alzheimer's Association. They helped when we cared for my mother with Alzheimer's. She died about 2004.
Since then, Gitchell has been the main force behind DSU's Hornets for a Cure team, which is now in its 6th year and more than 60 students strong, including nursing student and former Alzheimer's research assistant Maria Fernanda Lima.
Everyone knows Alzheimer's, right? Everyone knows about it and what the disease does, but they don't understand how detrimental it can be to some people's lives. And while there is a lot of money out there for fundraising and like research and stuff, we need more money for research.
And while research is important, Gitchell adds, so is awareness, which is part of the reason he and his Hornets hit the ground running, or in this case, walking, to show their support at the annual Walk for Alzheimer's event in Rehoboth Beach. Before starting the walk, participants gathered in the Promise Garden at Grove Park, holding up flyers as symbols of how they've been impacted by the disease. Those supporting the cause held an orange flower. Caregivers held a yellow flower, and those who have lost a loved one to Alzheimer's held a purple flower. This year's walk was 95 teams strong, all making strides with one goal in mind.
We got to find a cure. That's all there is to it.
It's an opportunity, it's a blessing.
This fall, Marcos Castillo started his undergraduate at DSU with hopes to impact future generations.
I'm studying education. I want to be a Spanish teacher.
Castillo says he has faced several challenges to attend college. Born in Guatemala and raised in Missouri, Castillo says pursuing a career and being the first in his family to attend college is an opportunity of a lifetime and will stop at nothing to achieve his dreams.
We go through a lot of obstacles and a lot of, no's, a lot of closed doors, but we have no choice to keep fighting and, keep pushing and just look forward and maintain positive.
Just like Castillo, Karen Baltazar has been able to live her dreams of attending college as she joined the Hornet family as part of the first cohort of dreamers accepted into DSU.
But I feel like it was the stars aligned for me to be here today.
Baltazar, who was born in Mexico, grew up in Wilmington, Delaware, but after her sophomore year of high school, moved to Georgia. Now a senior at DSU, Baltazar is back in the state that she once called home.
I've always felt welcome since freshman year. We have been very involved as a dreamer, community, family here at DSU.
Castillo and Baltazar are two of 700,000 DACA recipients nationwide. In partnership with the Dream.us, Delaware State University has enrolled over 100 undocumented students, known as Dreamers, including Castillo and Baltazar. The agreement with DSU and the privately funded scholarship first began in 2016, and since then, 4 cohorts of Dreamers have started their journey as first-generation college students.
The program has been very, very successful.
Kevin Noriega serves as the director of the Dreamer program at DSU and says their cumulative GPA is 3.49, proof of their commitment to a better future.
When you look at the GPA and you look at their retention rate, that's amazing considering all the challenges that they're facing, the unstable immigration climate. And we don't know if the DACA program will be terminated or not.
The uncertainty of DACA does not stop these dreamers from pursuing their career aspirations. Just like most dreamers, Castillo says he plans to give back to his family and community after completing his degree.
The Opportunity Scholarship, opens doors to bigger and better things. And by the end of my time here, I'll be in a better position to help my family and my future.